You've been working so much this week, putting in the extra hours, you're forgetting what day it is, huh?
Well, you know what? It's bye week, right?
That's right. It's hard to lose track, when you don't have the Chiefs to look forward to.
Yeah, I told Briscoe because we did that college football segment during the before the Chiefs games, and I said this is a good week for the Chiefs to have a bye. 32 college football teams have a bye this weekend, but there's still great games on. Don't get me wrong. Missouri A&M, that's huge. That is a big one for the Missouri Tigers.
Shouldn't it be the opposite? So many college teams have byes. I mean, you'd want the Chiefs to play this weekend, wouldn't you?
Well, I wish they'd play every weekend. I enjoy watching football, so I'm good with that. We have plenty of games to entertain us, though. Plenty of games to entertain us this weekend. Missouri and Eli Drinkwitz needs to win, whether he's going to get money from Penn State or Florida because they're desperate because there's all these jobs and no one's taking these jobs. I mean, no one wants them.
I don't
so
blame
the pool gets smaller. Or does Missouri pony up and keep him? Because that's what happens. All these extensions out there. Signetti got a brand new, raise. That's the Bob Stoops method. Remember at Oklahoma, the Dallas Cowboy job would come open or whatever, and Bob Stoops' name would be mentioned, and boom, Oklahoma would pony up, and he'd get a raise. It's as simple as that, man. You get the college coach, you can get to a certain level, and even the coaches that are fired, I don't feel bad for these guys because, Brian Kelly got $54 million to go away. $189 million now has gone to the fired coaches that'll all find themselves back in work.
Yeah, I'm told to go away often, and I don't get paid for it. So
you don't get $49 million to go away?
I do not. I get $0. Yeah.
Yeah, I was joking about it last week. It's like you get that phone call that you've been fired, and what do? You call home and say, "Hey, bad news for you. I've been fired." And then your wife or whatever is just upset and can't believe it. Yeah, and you say, but wait, just wait. We got $49 million to go away. So, and I'll be at the top of the coaching search as it is now. So.
Yeah, I got $49 million to walk away. I think I'm taking a nice vacation.
$49 million just to walk away. 913-586-7965 is the phone number. 913-586-7965 is the J Southland Tow Service text line. It was good seeing Danon in here a few minutes ago for Players Only. I love it when we have that because we follow Mitch a lot on Mondays. We get the Chiefs fans fired up for that, and Danon gets them fired up for Players Only. Of course, he's taking a bye week himself, deservedly so, because, we are past halfway point. We actually hit the halfway point at halftime. So when everybody says, well, it's early, you got to wait. No, it's not at this point. It is go time for the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs and the Denver Broncos next weekend, as the Raiders and Broncos going to be kicking off here in about 10 minutes. I know Thursday nights are weird, but if I say go Raiders, I mean, does it matter at this point, Julio? I mean,
are you
last
really
week
cheering
against
for the Raiders right now? Is that what you're doing?
Why not give the Broncos need an L?
I know.
In the worst way, the Broncos need an L. That'd be nice. Chiefs, give them another L next weekend. The Broncos could easily have one loss, the way that whole debacle was at the end of that Colts game with that field goal.
They could also have several other losses. They could go both ways for that.
They could. But the bottom line is the Broncos do remind me a lot of the Chiefs. You know why? Because they win close games, Julio. And it gives people something to talk about on Monday. Are the Chiefs lucky? Are they good? No, they were actually good. But, the ball bounced their way a lot. But there is a lot of similarities to these Broncos and the Chiefs. I certainly consider the Broncos more viable in the AFC West than the Chargers. I'm just not 100% buying into the Chargers. Now, when healthy, I'm 100% bought into the Chargers. When Rashawn Slater's healthy as a starting left tackle, when Joe Alt is healthy at the right tackle, it's a pretty salty offensive line. But O'Marion Hampton, the running back they drafted in the first round, which is silly if you're trying to stop the Chiefs drafting a running back at the first round, but they did. But Pipkins then got hurt too. Remember how bad the Chargers were? Joe Alt gets healthy. Pipkins gets healthy on the offensive line, so they're not down 3 starters on the offensive line. Then all of a sudden they hammerjack the Minnesota Vikings and destroy them, and it looks like the Chargers are back. Then they go to Tennessee. Then they hold on for a victory over one of the worst teams in the National Football League that was still one of the worst teams last year that picked first in the draft and drafted Cam Ward. But they held on. But Joe Holt got hurt. And Joe Holt, with that another high ankle sprain, is gone for the year. So they're down their left tackle and their starting right tackle. And their starting right tackle, Joe Holt, actually moved to left tackle to fill in for Rashawn Slater. Now he's out. It becomes a different team. It really does. It's weird to think that offensive linemen have, that much influence in a team, but I think Chiefs fans understand. They understand if you're not getting the blocks
More than most.
and your quarterback is getting drilled, your downfield passing game takes some hits. Your running game takes some hits. Patrick Mahomes has hit more times in this game than he has been before because I think the Bills playing for the Chiefs. And I know people have made that point that the Buffalo Bills did build their roster to beat the Chiefs. It's 100% what the Buffalo Bills did. 100%. And if the Chiefs lost some close games, could we argue about, little things here and there, like Herbert going on 3rd and 14, picking up that first down? Chiefs played like crap, could have beat them. Chiefs played like crap against the Eagles, could have beat them. Even though they're down weapons, could have beat them. The ball didn't bounce off Travis Kelce's hands. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, but didn't. They played a terrible game in Buffalo, at Buffalo. Buffalo played a great game, and there the Chiefs were at the end of the game with the chance to tie them up. It's just how it goes being a Chiefs fan.
Well, it's kind of the opposite of what it was last year, right? All these one-score games that were, shoulda, coulda, woulda, lost.
Yeah, I mean, hitting off the field goal post, blocking a field goal against the Broncos at the end, very similar. And it's why I caution people against the Broncos when everybody's saying they're lucky. I mean, I can't stand the Broncos. I can't stand the Broncos at all. As far as the AFC West, the Chargers would be probably below the Raiders and Broncos, although the Chargers are more relevant at this point than the Raiders. I'm talking historically. But the Broncos are annoying. Their fan base is annoying. The incomplete chance after everything. I do believe they're built for the long haul, though, because I see so many Johnny-come-latelys. I think the Colts are Johnny-come-lately until they prove themselves. They had a chance to prove themselves in Daniel Jones, the guy everybody's talking about, had 5 turnovers in the game. 5. 3 picks, 2 fumbles, lost, 5 turnovers for Daniel Jones. Mr. Can he be MVP?
Yeah,
Schedule got tougher, they lost.
It's going to turn to a pumpkin eventually. He'll come back down to earth, right?
And I know they lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers at Pittsburgh, but you know what? Pittsburgh's defense, they're 32nd in the league against the pass. So you can throw on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he did. He had over 350 yards passing. Great, but he had 5 turnovers. As a team, they had 6. We'll see the Chiefs get him in 2 weeks. Chiefs get a chance to put up or shut up against the Colts. Everybody's believing in the Colts. Everybody's singing their praises. Colts, Colts, Colts. I still think it's stupid. They gave up 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner.
That was a bit much.
And I get it. Teams a lot of times don't throw towards him. But ball skills, he's got 3 total picks. He had 2 his rookie year. And it's been just 1 since.
I mean, he's an outstanding player, don't get me wrong, but a tad bit of me feels like he's a bit overrated to a certain degree.
Yeah, and other people are saying it too nationally.
He's not 2 first-round picks worth, not with that contract.
I don't think so. I think quarterbacks are 2 first-round picks worth, worthy quarterbacks that are good enough, not defensive backs. And
Micah Parsons, something like that. I don't know that he's quite
game changers,
much of a game changer.
Specifically quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are the ones that are worth it. So, yeah, but the Colts are viable. They're right there. The Chiefs get a chance to knock them off. That's a huge game for the Chiefs. That's a huge narrative game. Matter of fact, there's two narrative games for the Chiefs. I think their schedule gets incredibly lighter once you get through this little gauntlet. That started with the Bills, then at the Broncos, and then the Colts. Everybody loves the Colts. And then the Cowboys, but you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And you know what? I say screw the Cowboys because I think they screwed things up. Because I think Calais Campbell could have ended up a Chief. But they get this false pretense of hope when they beat the Cowboys, right, on Monday night. They get that little bit of hope that things can turn around for the Cardinals. They're believing in themselves. That would have been about the only guy I would have gone and got on the trade deadline. Because, again, you don't build your team at the trade deadline. If you do that, you're going to lose. You build your team in March with free agency, in April with the draft, and then some guys that are cut with roster cuts after June 1st. That's how you build your team. Those guys that can go to OTAs, like Jet McKinnon when they brought him a few years ago in June. You build your team, guys that go to OTAs, guys that go to training camp. And I know a lot of people are upset, about not making deals. And I'll say this, I'm glad the Chiefs held firm with Breece Hall. We'll give you a 4th-round pick. Because Chiefs are playing hardball with them, and they won the 3rd, which in the grand scheme of things isn't much. I get it. And you keep hearing the Kadarius Toney, hey, they gave up a 3rd and a 6th for him. And I'll say this, Kadarius was still on his rookie contract.
Yep, he had some
Breece
years
Hall
left.
Is going to be a UFA.
And needs to be paid.
You're going to have to pay him or franchise tag him. The franchise tag was a little over $11 million last year for running backs, which I think, honestly, I think the Jets are going to pay him. I think that's why they kept him. Because if they didn't and they let him go and they don't franchise tag him at least, they're idiots. You know why? Because they just gave up a pick.
Agreed.
I mean, even a 4th-round pick. Swallow some pride. At least have something. I mean, you're going to suck this year. At least have something in the
They'll
draft.
franchise tag him and then maybe try and trade him.
But it could be a Myles Garrett situation. I've always said that, like, I want to be gone. Remember Myles Garrett wanted to be traded?
Until they threw a dump truck of money at him, and then he's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll resign.
They threw all the money. I see that happen in the Brees Hall. Jets are wanting to change their direction. They're wanting to go out and get a franchise quarterback. So maybe that'll satisfy Brees Hall, and he'll want to stay in New York. But as I was in with Cody yesterday, and Ross Tucker, joins him each and every week, who calls games on the radio, and he used to play in the NFL, and was asking him, how easy is it for a player just to be, because he found himself, going mid-season during a trade deadline type deal himself. How easy is it? Because Andy Reid's system, it's tough. It's not like, hey, Brees Hall, here you go. You're starting. It's not that easy. There's a reason why that Clyde comes back, that Pennell comes back, that Hardman's come back at different times. This is Pennell's 3rd time. There's a reason why, Julio, and the reason is they know the playbook. It's as simple as that. Because Andy Reid, his playbook is tough. Steve Spagnuolo is tough on defense. Like, it is tough for guys to come in there and get to know and understand what he wants to do. I remember Andy Reid during minicamp being glad about all the receivers that were coming back. Because it was just Jalen Royals that had to learn things. And he hadn't even sniffed the field at all. Your 4th-round pick hadn't even been near the football field. And keep this in mind. It was when Worthy was hurt, when Rice was hurt. I understand why you're not getting out there now, but he wasn't getting out there then. And then you see Torrey Horton, the 5th-round pick from the Seahawks, he's got a return touchdown. He had 2 more touchdowns the other day. He's a 5th-round pick, and you see him shining. So it's tough sometimes to see that. But one thing Andy Reid said about the receivers are at least they know what happens. Because he even talked about it through minicamp that, he would wait to install things last year. 7-8 weeks down, you're waiting to install things. So they get the snap count, they get everything down. And then Ross Tucker brings up a great point. You bring a guy in, well, the quarterback has to be comfortable with him. Like, the quarterback needs to know how you're going to block and what you're going to do, and especially what routes you're going to run. And as far as running backs, is he going to have to scoot you over every time and move you in the right place because you don't know, what the play is? You have to put him in pass pro. You're going to trust that as your last line of defense, the guy? Now, I have no problem with the Brees Hall. I think that would have been great. But he needs time. He needs time, and time is not here right now. It's got to be Denver, got to be Indy. It does wide open.
Yeah, it's crunch time. It's hard for the Chiefs to bring in midseason anyone on the offensive side of the ball and them slide in and have a major impact.
It's tough.
It's even on the defensive side, although it's a little bit easier. Even then, I mean, Spags has his system, the way he does things too. It's even hard on that side of the ball.
Look at Bolton constantly moving guys over. Chris Jones shuffling guys up because they're in the wrong place, wrong alignment for what the offense is doing. I brought up an example of Noah Gray a couple weeks ago. Patrick Mahomes threw the football and it just landed, about the 5-yard line. Nobody was around it. Noah Gray was the guy who was the intended target. But Noah Gray ran the route like he was supposed to. But he started cutting it towards the middle, and the safety was there. So Holmes isn't going to lead him into trouble. He's not going to throw into the safety. So he threw it where he could. And to me, that was one of those moments of chemistry.
Playing off script.
Receivers and tight.
Yep.
Exactly. Playing off script. It's like what Devontae Adams said on the Manning cast during the Chiefs-Commanders game. He's like, hey, do they even have a playbook?
Do they run plays at all?
Yeah. And Wink Martindale, the Ravens, have said it before, too, as defensive coordinator. It's the play they call and the play they run. But getting on the same page with Mahomes. And Rice has it. Kelsey has it. And other guys are kind of learning it. But it takes a while. And just to expect somebody to come in here right there at the trade deadline to be able to do things. And the other thing is, too, the Chiefs are thin on picks. They're extremely thin on draft picks. They got a first, which is going to be, if you would hope, at the end of the first round. He's got a second. He's got a third, 2 fourths, a fifth, no sixth. And seventh is conditional on the Hendershot deal that they had a couple years ago with Dallas. That's contingent on that. I think they will get a pick back for losing D-Hop. So they'll probably end up having a 7th rounder at that point. But it's tough to get acclimated, just getting thrown into a system and saying go. Because it does lighten up, as I said. Right now, it's all focused on the Denver Broncos at Denver. Because before this year started, I know they lost the Chargers in Brazil, but they were 17-3 in the last decade against the Broncos, against the Chargers, against the Raiders. They have owned this division. And, of course, they've won this division 9 straight years in a row. But then it lightens up, Julio, because then December brings the Texans to Kansas City. Great defense they have, number 1 scoring defense, but still struggling offensively. And then you have the Chargers at home. And then your only road trips are to Tennessee, which is awesome, and the Raiders, Arrowhead West. That's it in December. That's your 2 road games, Tennessee and the Raiders on the road. You will take that any day of the week. And then at home, they have Houston, the Chargers, and the Broncos at Arrowhead Stadium in December. Yes, please. That's what you want. That's all you want. Yep, the Chiefs.
I'll take it.
You have your division opponents in the Chargers and the Broncos at Arrowhead Stadium, and you got the Raiders in Vegas. And who gives a damn where you're playing the Raiders? You can play them anywhere. You play them on Mars or whatever. You don't care where you're playing them. You saw how bad the Raiders were when they played them.
Now, let's see how they do tonight, you know?
Well, go Raiders, man.
Go Raiders, I guess.
Go Raiders.
I don't want to say it, but I guess.
The Raiders needed to beat Jacksonville in overtime, but they didn't. And that would have been huge because the Chiefs wavering there on the 7 line, the 8 line with the Jags, and unfortunately they have the tiebreaker because they beat the Chiefs. The good news is, with the Ravens, if they don't quite win the division and Pittsburgh ends up winning it, the good news is head-to-head, the Chiefs have beaten the Ravens if it comes down to it. Who cares if they're hurt at the point? They're getting healthy now. Who cares? The Chiefs have that dub over the Ravens in a crucial time.
Yeah, the Ravens don't win their division. I don't. That's really hard for me to see them getting in.
Only 4 teams have started 1-5 and been able to do it.
It's a tough one.
You know what, though? They're all healthy now. I think they actually could do it. I'll be honest with you. I think
they can do it. They can, but there's no slip-ups. They have no room for error now.
No, when Pittsburgh has replaced them now as the worst pass defense. So that is good. It bodes well.
Being the most expensive defense in the NFL?
Yeah. 913-586-7965 is the phone number. Coming up next. A player's being talked about that maybe you give him an extension going forward. I brought this up a couple weeks ago, and I'm even getting stronger on this opinion next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Macy's Veterans Day sale is one of your best chances to save big on furniture and mattresses. That's because you'll find great deals on our best sellers, like our exclusive Radley 5-piece sectional, delivered to any room in your home with white glove delivery for $25.98, and so many top brand mattresses at 20 to 60% off, plus an extra 20% off closeouts. So come in, try it all out, and get an incredible deal today at Macy's Veterans Day sale. Savings off select styles. Exclusions apply.
Step into a world where substance meets style. Newton James, Kansas City's newest classic menswear and accessories boutique. They redefine what menswear should be, with pieces from designers like Ralph Lauren, Sid Mashburn, Grayson, and more. They'll have you covered from the boardroom to the golf course. At Newton James, they believe someone has to be the best-dressed man in the room. It might as well be you. Located in downtown Overland Park or newtonjames.com. Elevate your wardrobe. Elevate your presence. Only at Newton James.
Hi, this is Toby Tobin along with Jason Goodenkoff from Lewisburg Ford in Lewisburg, Kansas. Hi, Jason.
Hello, Toby.
Holy cow, you've done it again.
We've done it again, Toby. We won the President's Award again this year. This is the 22nd time we've been awarded this awesome honor from Ford Motor Company.
But what is the President's Award?
The President's Award is the top award Ford Motor Company gives its dealers for excellence in customer satisfaction in both sales and service. service and their sales penetration numbers. So we are super honored to have received this award for the 22nd time.
It covers the whole works at Lewisburg Ford.
Absolutely, and it's a testament to the awesome people we have working at Lewisburg Ford and helping our customers, and it really shows with this award because it's only a few dealers that get it, and we've done it 22 times.
I guarantee you this is the best place to buy a Ford car or truck in the Midwest.
Absolutely. You couple that President's Award lineage with our no-hassle Toby Tobin pricing, it does not get any better than that.
What is your toll-free number?
816-444-2300.
Or LewisburgFord.com.
Yellowstone. The epic ranching drama is now a Kansas Lottery scratch ticket and your ticket to experiences you can't get anywhere else. Top prize of $25,000 plus second chance drawings that let you live the show. Attend a premiere or visit the set, but know what you're getting into. Just kidding. This is a game, not the show. Play Yellowstone. See KSLottery.com for details.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends, near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Did you know that you can watch all your favorite shows right on YouTube? We're live streaming Fesco and Dusty, Cody and Gold, The Drive, and After Hours all day long. So if you want to look at the beautiful Alex Gold, interact with Cody Tapp in the chat, or gaze at the ruggedly handsome Dusty Likens, just go to YouTube and watch them while you pretend to work. Go to our channel, hit subscribe, and stay up to date with 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
And welcome back to After Hours. Jay Binkley, Julio Sanchez producing the operation. 913-586-7965 is the phone number. It's also the Jay Southland Tow Service text line, 913-586-7965. It's a Raiders watch party here. I see the Raiders beating the Broncos.
They're moving the ball, you know.
They're moving the ball.
They're moving it.
Still scoreless. Get the vintage uniforms that you don't like.
I can't. I think they're so ugly.
I think of Elway when I see
ugly.
those.
Yeah.
I think of the horse face.
I like that. I wish I had a drop for that.
Well, you probably do.
So ugly.
They are. So, Raiders, Broncos. Oh, by the way, since it's a bye week, Andy Reid's record after the bye, by the way, 22-4. 13-1 with Philly, 8-3 with the Chiefs. He has an 8-3 record after bye weeks with the Chiefs, as I said. But Reid's teams are 20-2 when their opponent played the week before a bye, which the Broncos are doing right now. Now, when both teams have a bye, it's not been so good. It's been a 3-4 when both teams are coming after the bye, but you'll take that 22-4. For some reason, he's the bye week master, and that's the one thing the Broncos should be worried about. But I will say this. The Broncos, there's been a lot of talk about their offense. Brought it up earlier, like how good their offense looks this year. The 25 Broncos do remind me of the 24 Chiefs. Their total offense, total yards, they were 13th. They're 13th this year. Last year, the Chiefs were 17th. Passing offense, the Broncos are 17th this year. Chiefs were 14th last year. Running offense, the Broncos are 7th this year. Chiefs were 16th last year. Scoring, points per game, real close. Broncos are 14th in the NFL in scoring this year. Last year, the Chiefs were 15th. So, again, they're very similar. And they were winning, and they were similar because the Chiefs were without weapons, obviously. There was a lot of the season without Pacheco there. Hollywood Brown gets hurt, comes back at the very end. Rashee Rice gets hurt in game 4. All that factored in. And the defense for the Chiefs was good. 4th in the NFL in points against. second the year from before in points against. So they were very good at that. Well, the Broncos have been playing very good defense too, and they lead the NFL in sacks. So there's a lot of comparisons and similarities between these teams, but I think the biggest one is the 33 points they scored against the Giants in the fourth, a game you're referencing. They should have lost. And you know what? Damn the Giants for not beating them.
Yep.
And Houston had a chance to, and then went down to the wire. Hell, even the Jets did over in London when they minus 10 yards passing from Justin Fields, and they barely didn't cover that game.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're winning. That's the biggest difference. They're winning. There's W's after that game, not L's.
Yeah, but notice the teams that you just referenced there aren't all world beaters by any means.
Houston's got a good defense, and it was at home.
But their offense is not great right now. And I think the big thing for me, the big difference there is one team has Patrick Mahomes leading the ship, the other has Bo Nix. And I don't know how confident you are in Bo Nix.
His fourth quarter, I wasn't a huge Bo Nix guy in the draft, but he's been fine for Sean Payton in that system. I think he does well with the quarterbacks. He's been good in the fourth quarter. 1 through 3, it's been a struggle at times. Fourth quarter, he's been good, which honestly, do I think he's the future of the NFL at quarterback?
What matters most. But
it is. I'd rather a quarterback be good in the fourth than the others.
But is that sustainable when you play against a good team, a playoff team?
Well, he's going to go to the playoffs.
Because the teams that he's doing it against are not necessarily.
True. But he's going to go to
teams.
the playoffs for 2 straight years.
Yeah.
Like that, he'll have that in his bag. But there's the difference between teams that win at the end and lose. Yeah, and said the same thing about the Chiefs last year. They're finding a way to win. That's what they're doing.
But it wasn't because of him. It was because of their defense. I mean, if you have a top 3 defense, chances are you're probably gonna make the playoffs. So I don't know. I'm just not a big believer in Bo Nix, at least not right now.
I haven't been the biggest in that. It just works for them.
Yeah, it works.
It's just working for them.
He fits in the system. He does what they want him to do.
You look at the Raiders. They find a way to lose. Remember the fumble at Arrowhead at the end of the game where they should have beat the Chiefs, but they didn't?
Yeah.
Last week, Jaguars chance to win, didn't.
That's what bad teams do, man.
Bad teams find a way to lose.
What they do.
And historically, we've seen a lot of that in this division. Hell, the Broncos have been like that before Nix. I like their backfield, though. I like Dobbin. Dobbin should have been a Chief. He was in Kansas City
I agree.
2 years visiting.
We missed the boat on that.
Yeah, he signed a 1-year contract with the Chargers. Then he signs another 1-year deal with Denver. But he should be here. But Harvey is kind of, it's still Dobbin's job. But Harvey's going to be a good one.
Yeah. I mean, he'll be okay. We'll see. The fact that they're not kind of splitting carries still, I mean, Dobbins, that's, I think, more of a reflection on how Dobbins is running the ball right now. But
they're finding a way to win, and that's important.
Yeah. I'm a little underwhelmed by R.J. Harvey, though, I got to say.
It's, whether you want to believe in Denver or not, it's up to you. Whether you want to believe in the Colts or not, it's up to you. Listen, I'm not doubting.
Pass on both.
Daniel Jones might be the truth. He hasn't been so far. This guy was.
I guess.
This guy couldn't sniff the field in Minnesota because Sam Darnold was having a good year until he got to playoffs and he needed the pins because P ran down his leg when he got there. So Daniel Jones, because the Indy was going to battle it with Richardson right there for quarterback. And I think they're jumping the gun a bit. I think they're settling and saying Daniel Jones is the dude because Daniel Jones is going to make money. But which Daniel Jones is it? The guy that couldn't lead a franchise in New York or the guy you're believing in that played the Titans twice, the Cardinals, the Dolphins, and the Raiders? Are you buying that guy? Or when he played the Chargers when they were all banged up? Like when he plays the Chiefs, it's a real team on the road. That's a tough place to play at Arrowhead Stadium. They went to Pittsburgh. He turned the ball over 5 times. The schedule gets tougher for him. So are they a Johnny-come-lately team? That's what I call them, Johnny-come-lately until you can prove. Until you can back it up. Like Houston, I thought they were on the right track because they won 2 playoff games the last 2 years.
Yeah, but they did nothing to address that offensive line.
But D'Amico Ryan still has that defense like he'd. The Jags have been the Johnny-come-latelys a lot. They were that way with Bortles, and then when they went to the AFC title game, lost to Brady. Then they fell back to earth. Then they go through several coaching changes. And then they got good again, won a playoff game against the Chargers. And you know what happened then? They sucked, and they drafted Travis Hunter second. Then all of a sudden they got good again, and people believed in Duval. So much so, they only had 1 international game instead of their typical 2 because they were getting fans back. And maybe that's an NFL idea or Jags wanted that. I don't know. They usually tarped off the upper deck and parts of it and stuff like that, and everybody chants Duval and loves them. But they haven't played well. Yeah, they beat the Raiders. Good job. Everybody beats the Raiders. Good job, Jacksonville. You did not parlay that Chiefs success. That didn't turn into a confidence builder like you thought it would.
Yeah, I think that was more of the Chiefs doing than the Jags.
That game still pisses me off more than any game they played this year.
Oh, yeah, it should.
But more than the Chargers lost, more than the Eagles lost,
You're up
more than the Bills
14-0.
lost. I was more pissed about that Jacksonville loss because that was their game. That was their game.
I'm with you. Might come back to bite them.
Then Trevor Lawrence getting that ball in the end zone at the end, or that interception that bounced off 4 players. Yeah. It drove me absolutely nuts as far as that game was concerned. But the Patriots, I do believe in the direction they're going because I like Mike Vrabel and Drake Mays, being a viable quarter. That team did go into Buffalo and win.
I love to see it. I loved it. I love it.
I think next year you'll talk a lot more seriously about the Patriots being a contender.
Buffalo better be careful, man.
Yeah, I mean, Buffalo, to their credit, they drafted 5. The first 5 picks were defensive players in the draft. They got Bosa. Again, as I told Carrington when I went with him, like the Bills literally built their roster to beat the Chiefs, which they should. They kind of ignored the rest of the division because right now it's been the Chiefs. If you have a team that's gone to 7 straight AFC title games and you're in the AFC, you want to beat that team. That's what the Chiefs did with the Patriots. It's why Tyrann Mathieu came in here. It's why Spags came here because he was the Patriots killer because they wanted to stop New England. And that makes sense. New England was the top dog. The Chiefs knew to get the Super Bowl. It didn't matter about the division. Didn't matter about anybody else. It mattered about the Patriots. And that's how the Bills viewed the Chiefs. Again, you win the season in March and April. Not necessarily draft deadline deals that you make. And that's what they did. They built that roster to beat the Chiefs. You know what? They got the win. Good for them. We'll see what happens in the postseason because that's when you got to win. And then everybody's going to be talking about Mahomes on the road again, just like they did a couple years ago, which is a complete joke. Because I don't think they realized, Julio, or looked it up. I don't think they realized that Mahomes has over 800 more yards on the road in just one more game. And now it's going to be even because of the bye. He's got a higher completion percentage, higher rating, and more touchdowns on the road than he does at home. So pick your poison.
It's impressive.
I don't think it bothers the Chiefs playing on the road. I don't.
No, not at all.
I think they're the same team. Well, I didn't quite get into the extension that I want to see, but we'll do that next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbors' attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with autopay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
I woke up this morning feeling like I was coming down with something. Cough, congestion, headache. My first thought was, nope, this can't happen. I have big plans this weekend. So I took Mucinex Kickstart. It provides all-in-one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. Thanks to Mucinex Kickstart, I didn't even need to cancel my weekend plans. If you start feeling cough and congestion coming on, take Mucinex Kickstart for relief with a kick. At your favorite retailer. Use as directed.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound, that's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Need to sell your house in Kansas City but not sure where to start? Selling a home can feel overwhelming, especially if you're facing foreclosure, a divorce, an inherited property you don't want, or just need to move quickly. But you don't have to figure it out alone. Rex Buys KC is here to help. As a local home buyer, I understand the Kansas City market inside and out. My family and I live right here, so I know the neighborhoods, the trends, and the challenges homeowners face. That's why I take a consultative approach, helping you explore your options and find the best path forward. We buy houses in any condition, no need for repairs, no agent commissions, and no hidden fees. You'll receive a fair cash offer with a closing timeline that works for you. Whether that's in as little as 7 days or at your own pace, just a simple, hassle-free process designed around your needs. If you're ready to talk through your options, call me today at 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com. Let's find the right solution for you. Rex Buys KC. Local, fair, and focused on you.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey, welcome back to After Hours. Jay Binkley, Julio Sanchez. All right, if you want to hitch your wagon to one guy, man, if you want to hitch it to one guy, Rashee Rice. Brought it up before. I brought it up a couple weeks ago. Now people are talking about nationally that after the season, they're going to look for extensions for Trent McDuffie, which should get one. And you know what? Give Rashee Rice one, too. And there's reasons why I say this. Now, do you have to? No. He's still on his rookie deal for 4 years. After this year, he'll have 3 years finished. I get it. He's been hurt. That's a knock. He's been suspended. That's a knock. But it's Mahomes' dude. That's his guy. Travis Kelce's probably on his last legs, right? But Rashee Rice can go on. Like, who's that weapon for Mahomes? Because, he needs weapons. He needs his guy. And I understand this allure to make the defense strong and all this. But isn't it nice when Patrick Mahomes has weapons? Wasn't it nice with the offensive infusion when Rice came back? When Worthy missed those 3 games, you noticed that too.
It's nice to see us having a true, what I feel like, in my opinion, is a true number 1 receiver now again.
Yes.
And have some depth, some real depth in that wide receiving room.
You got your guy, and there's reasons for it. The collective bargaining agreement, the way it's set up, since 2011, it's after 3 years. In the 2022 draft, you had Karlaftis, Brock Purdy. They got extensions. And, yes, they were, Karlaftis was first-round pick. Purdy wasn't. He was 7th round, of course. And Karlaftis had that fifth-year option, which I feel the Chiefs saved money on George Karlaftis, who's one of the leaders in the NFL in pressures. And they extended him in Aiden Hutchinson, which their stats are very similar, to be honest with you. Aiden's a better player, but they're very similar. But he's not worth double the money. He gets paid double the money than Karlaftis. He's not double the player. And I look at Rashee Rice, and you think about this contract going forward. One, he has a connection with the quarterback, which is utmost important with this team. Why not give Patrick Mahomes weapons? They've tried to rebuild the line, give him the pieces on the line, which still needs work at different times for sure. But what about his weapons? And Rashee Rice, we've seen line up. What did he line up at? 8 different places last week. It's a guy that Swiss Army that could do many different things. Hell, he was doing wildcat quarterback at times. He could run it out of the backfield. He could be Deebo Samuel light, as Mitch Holthus called him. I think he called him like a Deebo Samuel type player. I don't think he said light, but that's truly what he is. But it's a guy, Julio, and I say this because the 23 draft guys are now eligible for extensions once the season ends, and that would be one Rashee Rice. Now, in fairness, just look at the whole big picture. He could command if he spent the 4 years with the Chiefs, which he will do because they're not going to let him go before that. He could command some decent money, but I think there would be teams that would be skeptical too because of the injury that derailed him for a year and the fact he's been suspended 6 games. Not 6 times, 6 games. Which means if he's suspended again from the NFL, it might be for a year. I mean, it's going to be a harsher penalty than just 6. And so he's got that knock on him too. He's been extremely loyal to the Chiefs. They've been extremely loyal to him. It cost him money, right? Legal fees and everything else he had to deal with. And he's making second-round money, right? He hadn't had that big payday yet. So my thing is this. Do I think he can be a top 10 receiver in the NFL? Yeah. I mean, fantasy-wise, he clearly was the second best, only to Puka there for a couple weeks. Do I feel that he could be a top 10 receiver in the NFL? Yeah. Do I think you have to pay him top 10 money? No. Do I think you can get a top 10 receiver and pay him top 30 money? Yeah, I think you can. I think the Chiefs got a deal on George Karlaftis by doing it now instead of waiting until he hits double digits in sacks and hits that open market. Now, I know the Chiefs got some deals done with Karlaftis and stuff because the salary cap went to $279 when the team expected $270. So they got $9 million more from the cap. And now they're doing all the international games, so it's going to keep going up, the salary cap. And I look at Rice and think, the team loves him. He fits in right here, loyal to the team. I think you can get a top 10 player for top 30 money.
You don't think he gets somewhere around a top 5-ish contract?
No, not because of what's happened. Obviously, the injury is a big one.
I don't know. Yeah.
The injury's a big one. Then being suspended 6 games hurts too. I'm just saying, nationally, they're starting to talk about it. Oh, McDuffie and Rice will get it. I was like, I've been on this for a while. Like, hey, if you can get the deal done, do it. And the most important thing is he has a connection with Mahomes. Like, that is vitally important because you're not going to have a quarterback like this again. I keep saying it, man. These teams are quarterback starved, man. Look at the Colts. They're ready to run a parade just for Daniel Jones' little half season. They're ready to have a parade. They're already trading 2 first-round picks to bring in a quarterback and Sauce Gardner for that team. I mean, Sam Darnold got big money in Seattle. We'll see how he does in the postseason because clearly Minnesota saw last year and it wasn't good. But teams want quarterbacks, and the draft may not yield it this year. Instead of getting like a Garrett Nussmeier you thought was the truth, he's proven to not be. Arch Manning's probably not ready. So what are you going to do? Take a chance on Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson, guys that really came on, had a good year. Fernando was good last year in Cal, but he's certainly turning it on for Indy. But make no mistake about it, it's top 5 defense in college football. It's a big reason why they're good. Just saying, man, when you look at the big picture, I know that we need all these other positions, but at some point, you have to pinpoint what 15 needs. If 15 needs weapons, get 15 weapons. They've already worked on giving 15 blockers.
Well, and
that's still a work in progress. But they are paying Creed Humphrey more than any other center, and they're paying Trey Smith more than any other guard. So they are attempting to work on that.
Well, they've solved left tackle, I think.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully. We've gone several years, probably 3-4 years without giving Mahomes some actual weapons on offense. So it's about time we have our number 1 receiver. Let's get him taken care of.
He's not going to fade, man.
Yeah,
it's like a popsicle that's like going to melt on everybody. It's not going to. He's going to be a consistent player, and I think he's proved that with his routes. I mean, just look at what he did in college at SMU. He had 97 catches one year. And what was the other lead on the team? Like 57 or something. It was like 40 catch difference. I mean, he did everything for him. He's doing everything for the Chiefs with their wide receivers. They lined him up at 8 different positions. I just think at some point you really have to work on Mahomes and say, all right, Patrick, we'll get you exactly what you want. Well, there's some audio that came out this week, Julio, that I usually like a little audio that drives me nuts. And this week's been full of hot takes, Once the Chiefs lose, actually they were losing early on. People called the dynasty over and stuff like that. That was kind of the hot take that made its way nationally. The Chiefs are done. And all of a sudden the Chiefs started winning again. Oh, because guess what? They started getting players back. Oh, Worthy came back. He missed 3 games. Rice missed 6. Oh, they come back and they're a different team. And they lost to a damn good football team in Buffalo. And now people are, throwing dirt on them again. Well, they're not currently in the playoffs now, but Vegas isn't. Vegas still has them sitting right there with Buffalo. Vegas believes in them more than I think a lot of people do nationally as far as in the media. But they're starting to talk, and you know what? They get beat by the Broncos. It's coming tenfold, man. The criticism's coming tenfold. But the one thing I've seen lately is, I'll explain it. I've seen a lot of the Manning, Brady, Mahomes comparisons people are making right now, which is absolutely ridiculous to even have these conversations because there's only one guy you can really compare him to, and that's Tom. I'll explain next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, y'all. It's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. Spent a lot of time pitching heat. Years later, the pain in my joints remind me of those days, but I'm not looking to sit still, and I definitely am not interested in going under the knife. That's why I chose QC Kinetics.
Not just for elite retired athletes. QC Kinetics gives everyday folks joint pain relief using regenerative treatments that work with your body to help repair joint damage.
No surgery, no long recovery, whether it's your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. My friends at QC Kinetics will help you get moving again so you can get back to doing the things you love.
QC Kinetics medical professionals will look at your x-rays or MRI to determine if you're a good candidate.
I trusted QC Kinetics to help me feel like myself again, and I'm proud to recommend them to you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where a small box with a burgundy bow will help you win the holidays. As an in-house designer, I love creating meaningful, fine jewelry gifts. Choose a necklace with a gorgeous infinity charm to symbolize your everlasting love. Or go for a personalized piece with an engraving, their zodiac sign, favorite color gemstone, or their initial accented with pave diamonds, because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Stop by or shop now at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with. You deserve something better. And better health. We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality, affordable health insurance. You have health insurance needs. We have plans with low out-of-pocket premiums, with in-network preventive care at no cost to you, and a network of local doctors and hospitals. So if you're still shopping for health insurance, go to ambetterhealth.com/enroll to get your free, no-obligation quote. That's ambetterhealth.com/enroll. For coverage to start January 1st, you must enroll by December 15th. Find the plan that's right for you right now. ambetterhealth.com/enroll. Ambetter Health, on a mission for better. Ambetter Health is the brand name for health insurance products underwritten by subsidiaries of Centene Corporation. Go to ambetterhealth.com to see offerings in your state. This is a solicitation for insurance.
Hey folks, I've got a couple of important questions for you. Do you know how much money you need to retire? Do you have a plan in place for your loved ones? If your answer is no, it's time to get your financial planning on track with UMB Private Wealth. It's never too late to start. Plus, their team supports you at every step of the planning process. Go to umb.com/privatewealth to schedule your appointment. That's umb.com/privatewealth. Why not start today?
Hello, Crushers. It's your host, DJ Divine, telling you that Candy Crush music season is here. Tasty. Conquer levels to mix your own track and win sweet rewards. Divine. Now let's swipe to the next track. Take it away, Thundercat. Candy Crush music season. Play now. From November 3rd to December 7th, selected players level 36+. Terms apply. See in-game. Optional in-game purchases.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Welcome back, 96.5 The Fan. Jay Binkley, After Hours with Julio Sanchez. Well, Julio, the text line asked me, he said, hey, Jay, where's the beer at? Well, there's no beer in here right now.
I know. We need to pick up our beer segment, you know?
Yeah, I know. If this is in reference to me looking for the beer, I have been on a beer hunt. I've been on a beer quest as of late for winter beers. I've solved the Boulevard Nutcracker Ale problem.
Okay.
But I'm searching for the Sam Adams Winter Lager that hadn't hit the shelves yet. I keep checking these liquor stores every day. There's several of them on speed dial. Don't have it. Need my mother's winter grind. Don't have it. I keep searching, man. I'll find it, though. I will find it. I'm the ultimate truck chaser when it comes to liquor. So I am on a beer hunt. 816 says, Bink having another Coors Light. Cheers. Well, that is easy for me to find because I have much Coors Light sitting at home. That is my go-to beer most of the time. But another one about Cody Bellinger and the Kansas City Royals. Yeah, we'll talk about Major League Free Agency in a little bit.
You see what's happening in this game so far?
Started at 4 today. The Raiders are up 7-0, Julio. Is that what you're referring? And it's their ball again, too.
Yeah, and they're in the red zone, so they're threatening again.
How'd they get it back?
Punt.
But remember, Denver plays like crap until the fourth quarter.
This is true. I won't get my hopes up too
Geno
much.
is 7 of 8 for 49 yards. Bo is only 1 for 2 for 6. Again, Thursday night, weird things happen, man. If there's one thing I've learned through our circa betting we do with this our team here at 96.5 is stay away from Thursday and stay away from London games or international games because weird things happen. Like you think you have it solved, but it's weird things happen when guys go over to London and play. I mean, it's just a weird deal all the way around. Well, I keep seeing these comparisons about Mahomes and Brady and Manning because everybody's getting to a point now they want to try to make a point about who's the best, and there's really no reason to. I think people are nationally get tired of that. Mahomes better than Brady and everybody at 30 years old, which he was. But to make the case because of the Chiefs' record, this is from Bill Simmons. You know Bill Simmons, national name Bill Simmons, this is what his thoughts were about Brady-Manning argument. Or not Manning, Brady, Mahomes.
Well, you know, it's fun. KC is the 8th seed right now.
Wow. Are they
and
really?
I mentioned that because there's only 7 playoff seeds in each conference.
You don't think they'll change that?
Seed.
Goodell will change that. He'll change that to 8.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Sal. The Patriots with Tom Brady as the starter only started 5-4 twice in 2001 and 2002. In 2001, he didn't even start the first 3 games. 2002, they finished 9-7. Brady had 13 Patriot seasons of 4 losses or less, and after 2002, never finished worse than 11-5. So everybody can take a big heaping sip of settle down juice in the GOAT discussion. Tom Brady is. We're still good. Yeah, we're still good. We're still fine. Win a few more Super Bowls. Maybe don't start the season 5-4, and we can throw you in the GOAT combo.
See, what the hell is that kind of conversation about the Chiefs' record? You're talking about a team and a quarterback. As a starter, he's only gone to 7 straight AFC title games. He's either lost in overtime of an AFC title game or the Super Bowl. And we actually want to talk about the record. Do we not want to talk about the fact they were without Worthy for 3 games? Do we want to talk about the fact they were without their left tackle for 4 games? Do we want to talk about the fact they were without their number 1 receiver for 6 games? Do we want to talk about that? Do we want to talk about they went to Buffalo without their number 1 running back? Do we want to talk about anything like this? We just want to bring up that New England defense was ridiculous. And Brady won early on because of that defense being so good. And you know what? That division wasn't any good. Because back then, Brady played the Bills 35 times. 32 of the times he beat them, Buffalo wasn't as good. They're nowhere near as good as they are now. These Bills would have given the Patriots a run for their money in the division had they been this good then. But they have these discussions, and I keep seeing the Manning. It's like, what are we talking about Manning for? Listen, Peyton, yeah, a lot of respect for Peyton and what he did. But let's be real about something. Yeah, he won a Super Bowl there and he won one here. Mahomes already has more Super Bowls than Manning. Did you realize Manning, his first playoff win he ever had, was year 6. It was in year 6 that Manning won his first playoff game. Mahomes is going to the AFC title game his first year as a starter. Okay? He had 3 Super Bowl wins before he even turned 30 years old. Again, Manning's playoff record is 14-13. Mahomes already has 17 playoff wins. 17. He's only got 3 more wins before he even turned 30 years old than Manning did his whole career. Manning didn't win a Super Bowl for the first time till year 9. First playoff win, year 6. First Super Bowl win, year 9 for Manning. Mahomes won a Super Bowl his second year. And he was at D Ford's offsides from going to one his first year as well. So we can take that out of the discussion. To me, the Brady Mahomes, you can make the comparison, but don't talk about the record because we all know this record isn't Mahomes' fault. It's just not. You can't make the comparison of Brady and Mahomes and talk about losing these weapons. Have Brady lose all his weapons, see what happens. See what happens. I mean, Belichick found out when Brady left that not having weapons is a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. But I don't care about these records. There's 2 guys that sit at the top of the list for postseason wins. It's Tom Brady and now Patrick Mahomes. Dude's got 17 playoff wins already. Again, Manning, 14. The great Joe Montana with 4 Super Bowls has 16. Mahomes passed Joe Montana this year in postseason wins. But we want to keep having these discussions and who belongs in the discussion, who does. Dude just turned 30. This is when quarterbacks get good. Brady was still kicking ass in his late 30s into his 40s. You don't think Mahomes will? This is why I'm saying supply him with weapons. Give him Rashee Rice. Say that's your guy. Go forward with your guy. Go do what you can with your guy. That's what you need to do. But anyway, these discussions are funny. And again, Manning, year 6, his first playoff win. First Super Bowl win, year 9. Come on now. Come on, son. Anyway, Major League Baseball did have free agency start today, but there's no movement. Explain why, and can the Raiders keep it up? We'll discuss that next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
Thank you, KC, for voting Century Roofing the best roofing company in the Metro in the Star's 2025 KC Favorites competition. After 35 years, we're giving back to you by extending our free material upgrade sale through the end of the year. Get a free upgrade to impact-resistant shingles with any roof replacement for better protection and possible insurance savings. Trust the best, Century Roofing. Visit CenturyRoofingKC.com for your free estimate today.
Hey, Century Roofing. Hey, trust the pillars of strength. Hey.
Century Roofing, we've got you covered, KC.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends, near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Man, if your stream isn't as strong as it used to be, or you're taking more breaks to the bathroom than the last 2 minutes of a televised football game,
there's another timeout. We'll be back after this.
it's time to get checked. An enlarged prostate, or BPH, could be the cause. And Kansas City Urology Care is here to help. Fast answers, trusted care. Don't wait. Come see Kansas City's largest, most experienced, and most advanced urology team. Visit kcuc.com today. At KCUC, you see the best in KC.
All right, you guys are doing great things for the community. Not that you don't always do great things for the community, but Hy-Vee is really stepping up this week. What do you guys have going on?
This week, we are providing $3 hot meals to everybody, but on top of that, kids eat free. So
So adults $3, kids eat free 12 and under, and we're going to have a variety of meals Monday through Friday from 4 to 7. So these hot meals are just another way for us to look at our community and say, hey, we're here to help no matter what. Kids eat free. No kid in Kansas City should ever go hungry. That's our biggest push right now with Hy-Vee, and us providing these options is just absolutely incredible. But it's what Hy-Vee does. We step up when we can, and it's exactly what we're doing, why I love working for them.
And people always talk about this time of the year, it's the holidays or the food bank, the food pantry. You're doing it well in advance of the holidays, which I think is a good thing to keep reminding people. People are hungry all year long. It's not in November and December.
Yes, right now, the economy and just on certain times, it's tough right now. And so, again, going into the holidays, you know that we're going to be able to help in any way, shape, or form at Hy-Vee, and exactly what we're doing this week by showing that example.
You guys are the best.
Thank you.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
8 o'clock hour. Welcome back to After Hours. Jay Binkley, Julio Sanchez producing the operation. 913-586-7965 is the phone number. Also, the Jay Southland Tow Service text line. Did you have a good Halloween, Julio?
Yeah, I did. We threw a little Halloween shindig. You
got a nice little barn there. So
yeah, we had a good turnout.
The beer barn.
Yeah, that's correct. Lots of candy. I'm experiencing candy for the first time with the little one, and now it's an issue.
What's their favorite candy, your kids?
Anything she can put in her mouth at this point. Anything that's sugar.
Anything sugar she likes?
Yeah, it's a problem.
What about you?
I'm
anything
a solid,
you can put in your mouth?
Reese's peanut. Well, Reese's peanut butter cups. Those are just the solid go-to.
There's something about Reese's that I don't know what it is.
Peanut butter and chocolate, man.
It's just the best,
one of the
man.
Best combos.
It just is. And now
it's hard to get better.
It's like Reese's everything. I love Reese's Pieces. That's kind of my go-to. It's go-to card snack. It's go-to every time snack.
What about you? What's your go-to?
Reese's.
Yeah, see?
Any kind.
Yeah.
Peanut butter cups. Those fast breaks, Reese's ice cream, peanut butter ice cream. I mean,
peanut butter and chocolate, man.
They've collaborated. You know what? Here's the funny thing. Chips Ahoy. They actually did a collaboration with Reese's and Chips Ahoy. It was wonderful, man.
And I don't even like chocolate, but I do love me.
See, I'm not a coffee fan, but I love coffee beer.
There you go.
Which is really weird.
No, not at all. It has alcohol in it,
Yeah. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Anything fun yet?
We
besides
also
Chiefs. I know you do Chiefs stuff, but
yeah, but no, we throw kind of a nice little shindig for Thanksgiving as well, where we kind of.
Aren't you working that night though for the game though? So?
I am not.
Oh, you're
that
not.
is one of the games I am not working.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we always get all of our eclectic friends that don't have anywhere else to go, and we kind of mingle and mash everyone together for a good time. So,
do you have a Friendsgiving?
It's friends and family, but yeah, that's essentially what it is. Yeah,
it's what it should be, right?
It's
I know Friendsgiving. I'm kind of at the older group than the Friendsgiving thing people do now. I guess it's kind of a big deal. I always thought Friendsgiving was going out the night before Thanksgiving to a bar. I guess that's not it.
No, I don't know if that's Friendsgiving.
In my 20s, that was the great bar day, the day before Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
But when I matured, which literally just happened.
That happened? Are you sure?
Yeah, but I didn't go anymore. I watch football, stay at home, hang out. But Friendsgiving in your 20s, that's what people did.
It's true.
But doing Chiefs games, I do that so Christmas it'll be the third straight Christmas with the Chiefs on that. So I don't mind Chiefs on Thanksgiving. I think it's kind of cool.
You
know it's going to happen once that schedule came out. You know, they see ratings gold with the Chiefs because that's what they are. Like, the Chiefs are ratings freaking gold. Whether the Cowboys fans want to admit it or not, the Chiefs have become America's team because people watch them to love them or hate them, which is that good mix. Like, the Cowboys suck so bad right now, it's hard to hate them. Like, it is hard to hate somebody that sucks so bad. You know what I mean? Like, when I watch the Jets, do you really hate the Jets? Nah, they're irrelevant.
They're irrelevant.
The
That's
Cowboys have been irrelevant. Not only that, they piss me off, especially when you have them bet to win, and they don't do it. But it's been tough with that. But the Chiefs-Cowboys game, that's cool for the city, at 3 o'clock, on Thanksgiving. Because I know, families get together to
I think
watch
that's the perfect
football.
time slot for me.
They used to watch the, Lions all the time, but now the Lions got good again. There's actually really good Thanksgiving games, except for that night. But it could be better now with the way the Ravens are playing. But they have the Chiefs and Cowboys. That's going to set that when the ratings come out that Monday, it'll be the highest rated game of the year. Of course, Thanksgiving games usually are because you got everybody's attention.
Everyone's at home. There's nothing better to do but sit down, eat food, and watch football, maybe take a nap,
But Dallas and Kansas City, the old Preston Road Trophy, the old trophy between Lamar Hunt and Jerry Jones, the rivalry.
Is that still a thing?
It still is. Still is. Some unfortunate news today with the Cowboys this morning losing a player. That was very, very, very sad. Very, very, very sad. So Chiefs on Thanksgiving there, but just curious if you had your plans because it's going to hit us real quick. What, in just a couple of weeks will be Thanksgiving? I mean, everything goes fast. I always say when as soon as Labor Day happens, that's get ready for Halloween. And then once June hits, it's like, okay, 4th of July is like coming right up. And it's like, summer's over, training camp's starting, let's go. It's just funny how quick Thanksgiving. Well, today was the Major League Baseball free agents, at 4 o'clock. On the NFL, when that happens, we all sit around and wait. You sit around and wait for that to happen, that minute to happen. It's just like the trade deadline was huge. Even though there was no action, it was waiting for that time to hit, that 3 o'clock to hit.
I had
waiting
no idea
for
this was a thing until earlier today.
It is. Major League Baseball. Of course, it's much different. Major League Baseball throws the team schedules out, You'll get an email in the middle of the day. NFL used to be this way. Now it's a big drawn-out deal.
People care about the NFL.
Well, they release games
than,
on different networks, their morning shows or whatever. They'll release which game they're going to have. But, the Major League Baseball's offseason, of course, is here. Of course, the free Kyle Tucker's out there. Obviously, it's going to be too expensive. Framber Valdez, Royals don't need starting pitching at this point. Cody Bellinger is a guy that a lot of people like. Alex Bregman, to me, is really interesting for what he can do. His projected contract, 5 years, $160 million. And the one thing about Major League Baseball free agents this year, that lockout, how the players could be locked out, this is the year. And so you're going to see a lot of one-year contracts like you saw in the past, for example, which is probably going to happen, and it's what players don't want. And usually towards the end of the year, when you get closer to the winter meetings before December, the winter meetings is when a lot of the action does happen. But for the Royals, it's very simple, isn't it? It's outfield power. They got the pitching. The funny thing about the Royals is there's only 15 guys in all of Major League Baseball that had 100 RBI. 15 of them, Julio. 2 of them played for the Royals, Vinny and Sal. Sal right at 100. Shohei had, which will be National League MVP, at 102. Salvi, 100. Keep this in mind. Aaron Judge, who's, man, I would vote for Cal Raleigh, but Aaron Judge might win it.
I hope not. I hope not.
But Aaron Judge had 114. Sal Perez, 100. So Judge had 14 more in that bandbox playing in New York.
Yeah, but, home run is king, That makes everything more pretty.
I mean, Bregman would be fine. I mean, you'd move Michael to second base there. You'd let Bregman, play there at third base, which I think Michael's a Gold Glover. You should win a Gold Glover.
I loved seeing that.
But, power in the outfield. The starting pitching's been backed itself up. Remember I said you back things up in sports? Well, they did. They backed up their pitching performance. Did you enjoy the World Series? Because baseball's on a heater right now. 51 million viewers for Game 7? But, obviously had Japan, the interest there with Shohei. Obviously Canada, is interested in the Toronto Blue Jays. So that spiked ratings, of course. Whenever you're dealing with two countries playing and then a third, and the whole country's watching Shohei Ohtani. So obviously those ratings were going to be pretty damn big. But baseball's been doing well, and the last thing they need is the players locked out. Like, you need to.
Yeah, it might lose a lot of momentum with that.
They got to keep the momentum going, because right now, it's, the ratings, if it wasn't with Canada playing an American team, the ratings haven't been. I mean, they still fall in comparison to the NFL. And college football right now has been killing things too. But baseball needs to keep this streak going.
That World Series was that was the ideal World Series back and forth for them. Like they couldn't have asked for a better matchup.
I know they won in New York and LA because that's what they always want. But that was a good World Series.
But from a competitive standpoint, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better. And the Game 7, I mean, that was just, that was icing on the cake. The way that thing ended, I mean, it was just, I'm not a big baseball guy, but I got to say that was probably one of the best playoff series I've ever seen.
So you're the one that asked then, because I asked James earlier this week. Non-baseball guys, that's what I'm curious.
I'm not a baseball guy, but that was phenomenal.
That's what I'm mostly curious. Because baseball guys are going to watch it. I watched the World Series. I usually enjoy it. The Monday night game, obviously, I didn't watch. Well, let me explain that. That was the Chiefs and Commanders game. They started at the same time. But doing stuff during the game, and then it was still that 18-inning game. The Commanders had a flight delay. They played a full game against the Chiefs. They got almost back to D.C. before that game ended. I mean, it's 18 innings. I mean, that was exciting. And whether you like baseball or not, I mean, people are captivated. That seventh game was insanity. And J.J. Picola joined yesterday when I was sitting in with Cody, and I was asking him about the World Series. And as someone with an interest, obviously, in a baseball team, like he's been with the Royals since, 06? And obviously saw a World Championship in 15. Did you watch that Game 7?
I did. Did
you see the play at the plate for the Blue Jays? It was that close to being safe and out. Remember that?
There was a couple of those moments for the Blue Jays. But
it went to replay, right?
Yeah.
And had they got it, they win.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that's what I asked JJ. Can you imagine winning the World Series? Because in 85, you have Saberhagen hugging Brett. The gloves are off, and everybody's hugging each other, winning the World Series. The champagne's popping. 2015 in New York, it was Butera, actually, that was running out there with Wade Davis. And that part's fun. It's fun for the fans, fun for everybody. Can you imagine winning the World Series on a replay?
I mean, if it was my team winning, I'll take it.
Well, of course I would take it. But that's what I was thinking the whole time watching. Like, can you imagine if this thing ends with the replay? Can you imagine had an NFL game gone to a replay at the end, the Chiefs won it, everybody would have cried foul? Like, can you imagine that? Like, I'm surprised the Dodgers aren't getting more of it. I mean, that team's back-to-back now.
And if I'm being quite honest, that's really the only reason I did really tune in was to try to potentially see the Dodgers lose, to choke. But can I be honest about something? Maybe a little bit of a Debbie Downer.
I prefer you lied.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell the truth.
Okay.
I'm a little sad because the level at which I've seen these two teams perform. Looking at the Royals, I mean, the Royals, for all the good that happened with this season, are just so far off from where those two teams are. I mean, I can't see potential moves being made this year that's going to still make them anywhere near competitive the way that those two teams were.
That's fair. I look at this division and look at Detroit melting down, and I see Cleveland winning, right? And the Royals were seesawing with Cleveland all year. Like, it shows you how close they were to actually winning the Central by going back and forth. And this pitching staff was decimated by injuries. But they kept up. They're still 7th in baseball, I think, in ERA. It's amazing. Bubic, the All-Star, gets hurt right at the All-Star game, right? So things happen. And this offense couldn't get clicking, right? Runners in scoring position. It's just funny when you look at some of these numbers, Julio. When you think 15 guys in all of Major League Baseball had 100 RBI, the Royals had 2 of them. Like, that part is insane. And that didn't include Bobby Witt Jr. who led Major League Baseball in hits for the second straight year.
Which amazes me that they struggled so badly on offense this year to have two players with 100-plus
Corner
RBIs.
outfield, man.
That's
corner outfield gets the power.
Ugh.
But there's one change coming to baseball next year. You'll probably like it. You're kind of a tweener between old school and new school.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
And I talked to Vern about things like that ghost runner on second and stuff. Getting rid of the shift and stuff. Because he's an old school baseball guy, but he's kind of adopted the new rules. The pitch clock.
I love it.
You love it.
I love it.
People like getting these games over
love
within a couple hours and going. You like getting rid of it, getting rid of the games quick with this ABS system, the automatic balls and strikes. You get 2 challenges a game, and that's what I was asking JJ about. Like, you get 2 challenges a game, and there is going to be some strategy of when you use them because you get 2,
and
you get 1 for extra innings. If you get right, you get your challenge back. But let's say you miss them. And let's say you have a guy at the plate early in the game that taps his helmet that wants or a pitcher that's got a red ass that doesn't believe in what the umpire did, and you're wasting your challenges. Because I know a lot of these games came down to the end, and people were saying in the playoffs, we were like, well, ABS will change that. Really? You better have your challenges.
Well,
because remember, if you don't have your challenges, you're SOL.
I don't like that you only get the 2 because you're almost penalized if there's something that happens early in a game.
And it's
you
so
use
fast,
it and it's
too.
right.
It's so fast.
You shouldn't lose. You shouldn't. I mean, if there's 3 or 4 calls that are impacting the game that are incorrect, you should be able to correct them. Now, if you challenge it and you lose, you should lose one of the 2.
Yeah, this was interesting what JJ had to say because you think about the strategy. JJ talks about him rating the players, like who's got the best eye or not, because you're going to give more leeway to those guys making the challenge rather than somebody just thinking they were wronged or something. But it is going to be different how Major League teams approach it. Here was JJ on how the Royals are going to approach that.
No, not really, because, just use Carter as an example. I mean, he played with the ABS system in AAA this year, so he's accustomed to it. It really isn't going to change. For a period of time, we were, I think as an industry, curious where it was going to go, ABS or automated balls and strikes. And they're 2 very different things.
Yep.
So the skills that today's catchers need to possess, or I'll say the 2025 season, they're the same skills that the catchers are going to need to possess with the ABS, with the challenge system. If it was automated balls and strikes, it's a little bit different. You'd go back to blocking and throwing is the most important thing. You don't even need to worry about who's catching the ball for you back there.
Yeah, no need to frame.
An art.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's an art to what's going on with catchers today. It's very different than 15, 20 years ago. But the challenge system allows us to continue to teach the way we've been teaching over the last 6-7 years.
And I think it's going to be interesting, like rating the players, like who's got the best eye or not, because you got to keep it even. And then speaking to the team saying, you know what, you might have got screwed, but it's time and place. If the bases aren't loaded and that strike matters, that ball matters, like don't be tapping your helmet when there's 2 outs and nobody on. Like don't waste that. Like do it in crucial situations. So there'll be a learning curve, I think, for a lot of the players of who can call out ABS and who can. I think there's going to be some fun strategy involved with that. Still 7-0 in it. 7-0 in these Amazon Thursday night game.
This is an ugly game.
You know what? It's ugly, but this is kind of the way Denver does things, and then they turn it on towards the end.
They're doing Denver things. That's right.
They are doing Denver things, but this is good. We need Denver to take the L here to the Raiders. As much as you don't want to see the Raiders win, I do. I want to see what they're. Gino's 10 of 15 for 92. Bo is 47 for 4 of 7, for 28 yards. Each of them have been sacked. Well, no, Gino's been sacked 3 times, but Denver leads the league by a lot in quarterback sacks. That's one thing when the Chiefs go. Tackles, be ready, man. Juwan Taylor looks like he'll be back, according to Fesco this morning. It looks like he'll be back. Simmons, I assume, starts now that he's back and have 2 weeks, to go. So I assume he's back there too. But you're going to have to be ready for this team, man, because they're coming at you. Anyway, more of JJ next. What are the Royals going to do in free agency? He explained a lot of that next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
DQ presents the sound of your next meal at DQ. It's the sound of savoring a signature stack burger, loving a chicken strip basket, or digging into everyday value with the $7 meal deal. Wait, where is the sound? Am I missing something? Oh, it's quiet because they're too busy enjoying their DQ food. Makes sense. So delicious and so peaceful. Grab your favorite from the DQ food menu today at participating U.S. locations. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a lot more.
And I completely agree. That's why I'll pay more for your car at GiveMeTheVin.com. That's the name of our new campaign. I'm worth more. You are worth more, and your car's worth more. And that's why I will pay more. And remember, if I don't beat the price on a CarMax or a Carvana deal, I'll pay you $100 at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
What's up, guys? It's Drew. Well, we're in the heart of football season, and the players, they got to be on their game and at peak performance and ready to go when it matters most to try and get a win on Sunday, Saturday, whatever time of the week they play. You also have to be ready and confident where it counts. I'm talking about Blue Chew, a small chew for a big difference. Day and nights just got longer and better for everyone because showing up matters during life's most exciting moments. Turn oh no into oh yes with Blue Chew. It'll have you feeling fantastic. Be ready when she is. It's not just about performance. Confident where it counts. Give her group chat something to talk about because nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. Discover your options at BlueChew.com and get your first month free when you use our promo code KFNZ at checkout. Just cover $5 for shipping. That's BlueChew.com and get your first month free. BlueChew.com and get your first month free. A small chew for a big difference. Then you'll be ready to chew it and do it.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement. Past results afford no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. My team knows injury law. We can help you understand all of your legal rights so that you don't get cheated.
DM Law knew what to do and got me $350,000.
Mike's got this.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Distracted driving is dangerous and contributes to 8% of traffic fatalities and over 3,500 lives lost each year in Missouri. The Siddons-Benning hands-free law prohibits the use of electronic devices while operating a vehicle. So put the phone away or give it to a passenger and stay focused on getting to your destination safely. Drive safe, drive smart, drive hands-free. This ad is brought to you by Missouri Partners in Prevention, paid for with federal highway safety funding from the Missouri Department of Transportation. And Doug.
Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Did you know we have an Instagram channel? MVP Monday, Chiefs Take Tuesday, Best Bets, Fantasy Football Advice, and real-time updates during Chiefs games. Get behind-the-scenes content from all the guys on a daily basis. It's exactly why Instagram was created, to look at a bunch of 30-year-old dudes giving sports opinions. Kansas City's FM sports station and your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
Welcome back, 96.5 The Fan. Looks like Denver Were they down to the 5-yard line about?
I think they're just outside the 10-ish.
Outside 10.
About the 10.
3:27 left in the second. Raiders up 7-0 over the Broncos. Let's go Raiders. Hate to say it, but go Raiders.
What an ugly game. Yeah, they're at the 7.
Thursday night games, I mean, they've gotten better, but remember when they first started, like, players always hated them.
Well, and
It throws your whole schedule off.
Well, and they always had such crappy matchups. At least they give us good matchups. I wouldn't say that about this matchup, but
Well, these matchups haven't been the best. When Sunday night was the Seahawks and Commanders, and then Monday night you had Dallas and Arizona, and of course tonight the Raiders in Denver. But you know what? People still watch. It's the NFL, and they can put anything on there and you'll watch it.
I'll
watch it. I'll be honest with you.
Guilty.
I'm guilty as charged. I'll watch it. But it's tough. Did you watch the Seahawks dismantle the Commanders the other night?
I started, but then I tuned out. Pretty quickly.
You know,
The
Seahawks are an
Commanders
interesting
look
team.
like a dumpster fire, man.
Oh, they do. They even with Jane Daniels back, right? Well, now he's hurt, of course, gone for the year, but he came back and played in that game. Brutal. I was teasing with James the other night. I was like, and he brought up with Cody. I said, "Is this an old man take?" Seahawks were up 31-7. 4 minutes left in the third. Sam Darnold had been destroying them. Washington picked him off, and then the players ran all the way into the end zone and like did that celebration, and you get
That's
a fumble.
ridiculous.
I was like, dude, man,
That's ridiculous.
31-7
out. Come on.
Yeah, 31-7. Which is
Been torching you all game. Yeah, that's just jackassery.
I mean, my favorite was Barry Sanders when he said, "Why don't you spike it, Barry? Why don't you ever spike it?" He goes, "Because I'll know I'll be back." If that's not the biggest flex ever,
right?
Good stuff. But anyway, I mentioned J.J. Piccolo, the Royals general manager, joined us yesterday than when I was in with Cody. But he addressed the question if they're more likely to add a player through free agency or, use one of their commodities and make a trade.
Well, I think looking at the market right now, it doesn't seem like it's very deep with the number of outfielders that are really impactful. So if we want to try to go get a really impactful bat, I think our mindset is probably a little bit more on trade right now. If we end up going with some sort of platoon system in one of those spots, it could be through free agency, but we need to stay open to any and all ideas. And, it'll take shape here. The GM meetings are next week, so I think things will start taking shape more so after next week. But preliminary discussions have already been had with teams. So teams know what our needs are. We know what their needs are, and you just formulate how you want to go about it, and hopefully things pick up a little bit next week.
Well, there's certainly something the Royals have, and that is extensive depth as far as catching is concerned. With Salvi coming back, for 2 more years, you got Carter Jensen that'll be playing up here at the Park Hill product. He'll be playing here, of course, Blake Mitchell as their best prospect sits out there. So catching is at a premium. So would they consider using their catching depth for a trade for the outfield?
Yeah, I think that can be said for any area that you are deep. So right now our major league starting pitching depth is tremendous. We expect to be hit on our starting pitching this offseason. We have gone through teams asking about our catching in the minor leagues already, and that will continue, I think, with the guys that are behind Carter. So we'll be open-minded to it. The toughest part about trades is whoever may have interest in whatever catcher we have or starting pitcher we have, they need to have the player that we want in return.
Yeah, sure.
So that pool gets somewhat dumbed down pretty quickly. It gets a little bit thinner, so there's certain teams you can target and have those discussions. And in the end, it's ultimately, who do they value the most? Who do we value the most? But we certainly expect catching to be something the teams will ask about, and starting pitching, major league ready starting pitching, to be another thing that other teams covet.
It's great to be in that position to have something that other teams covet, because the Royals would be trading away a premium position, which finding good catching in Major League Baseball is tough. It's tough. It is tough to find that. Speaking of Salvi, for me, like Salvi a lot, like that was his mentor because of Venezuela connection they had. So he always idolized Salvador Perez. Well, Carter Jensen that came up here, the Park Hill product, he grew up watching Salvador Perez. Like, and then he gets to play with him. You know, to have Salvi on the team. You know, they gave Salvi 2 more years, which I'm 100% fine with. And I don't think this is a sympathy thing either. The guy's had back-to-back years with 30 home runs, okay? He had 100 RBI this year. Yeah, I know the average is down, but, I mean, it's one of those things you don't look at. But he had to catch a ton. Because when Fermin went, I mean, that split there was Salvi catching, but it'll be different with Carter. I think it's great because of what he can do with the other catchers, how he can groom. It's basically you have a player that's an all-star caliber player that's got the respect of the young guys coming up in that said position and being able to talk to them and kind of catch them up. I mean, guys love it when they go to a team and they may be sitting behind. They don't look at it as a negative. When you're sitting behind a guy that's a Hall of Famer, you know, whether or not Salvi's a Hall of Famer or not, I think he is. There was an interesting debate today with Salvador Perez. They were talking about it with Brian Kenny and Sean Casey, whether he's a Hall of Famer or not. They think he's on the trajectory to do it. I think he's already there. I mean,
the trajectory. I mean, I feel like at this point he either is or he's not. Right?
I think the one thing
he's going to be able to do.
I think the one thing that really, really, really helps him is he was a World Series MVP.
Correct.
I mean that part right there is like that's the caveat right there.
And been to 2 World Series.
Been to 2, and he's won a Silver Slugger, and he's won the Gold Gloves, and he's done everything you can ask for a catcher to do. And let's face it, he's not been an all-star the last couple of years, but this pitching staff's been damn good. They were top 5 in baseball as starters, relievers, and overall rotation for much of the year.
As a side note here, can I just say how refreshing it is to hear J.J. Piccolo speak? He's just so open and honest and gives you real insight into what they're thinking and how they do things.
He really
unlike
is.
the majority of, you know, whether it's GMs or whatever the case may be, they typically don't really give you the
what you want to hear, not what you need to hear.
Correct.
And I think the relationship he's obviously has with Cody and Gold, because he would go on with them every couple of weeks during the season, and I really respect that, man. Just kind of because he's not just coming in and say, well, you know, game by game, we'll
giving
see
you
what
the
happens
old
next week.
Fodder,
He's telling what people know. I mean, baseball people are really, really smart. Like the real baseball people are. They can see right through it. And he knows that. Again, the very analytical approach that a lot of people in baseball have. But I thought that was interesting when I was talking about ABS with him, because I was curious, how are you as a team? And he said, yeah, they're going to have to go back and look at it and rate players in different tiers, like basically giving the green light to challenge to some and some not, and when to do it and when the hell not to do it. Because there's certain players that have a red ass about them that always think they're right, and they're going to be blowing your challenges. And all of a sudden, you're going to sit there and not have it, and you're like, what the hell, man? We don't have our challenges anymore. And it's going to happen. Coming up next, though, I usually do it on Wednesdays or Thursdays, who I consider the top 5 in the NFL power rankings. Not that it matters, because it doesn't matter. Just, everybody's got their own opinions on who's good and who's not. Plus, we'll look at the AFC West last week and what they got going on this week next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
The Fed just cut interest rates again, and that means now is the time to refinance with Golden Oak Lending. Lower rates mean lower payments, and our customers are saving hundreds every month. Plus, you can make no payments until next year. And if your loan doesn't close, we'll pay for your appraisal. Call 913-890-GOLD today and start saving.
Golden Oak Lending cured my blues.
NMLS number 114937.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? Call Jay Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow.
At Casey's, when someone asked for a cup of coffee that wouldn't put them in debt, but still had freshly ground beans, rich flavor, and a price that starts with a 9 and ends with a D9 cents, we were too nice to say no. Any size darn good coffee, just 99 cents with Casey's Rewards. Limited time only. See store for details.
Does this sound like you? Every step of reach is a reminder of what hurts, a reminder of what you can't do. But I've got good news for you. Relief is closer than you think, and it doesn't have to come from a scalpel. What if it could come from you? At QC Kinetics, we tap into your body's own regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair damaged tissue, reduce inflammation, and relieve the pain at its source. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. Just your body remembering how to feel alive again. And this Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back to our heroes. Veterans will get $500 off their treatment, and for every non-veteran who starts care, QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. So now's the perfect time to book your free consultation with Saturday appointments to fit your schedule. Call QC Kinetics today, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, QC Kinetics.
Hey, it's almost Andy Reid. Who knew dressing up for a Halloween ball would change my life forever? Now I get to celebrate with the best fans and everything Kansas City. Oh, yeah! My journey also led me to Renner Garage Door, Casey's go-to team for garage door repair, replacement, and service since 1956. Renner features an MVP lineup from Belden, Amar, and Liftmaster.
R-E-N-N-E-R, R-E-N-N-E-R. Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine. You could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt. But you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Not with TrueHold. With TrueHold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. But listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. That's TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. Cash out your entire home's value and stay put. TrueHold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. Imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt. And you can stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. Get your all-cash offer now. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
So Denver tied him up, Julio. We have a tie game in the Mile High City.
It's been a real barn burner.
Yeah, Kirk Herbstreit, doing the game there with Al Michaels. Al Michaels, guy's a legend. He's called the Royals 85 World Series. He called the Miracle on Ice game. But, man, when it's a blowout, Al gets really bored.
Yeah, it's my ears start to bleed. I'm not going to lie.
Herbstreit's funny. He always brings those dogs, his dog Peter with him everywhere, right? The dog travels with him. And they were showing, I was looking on X, they had a video of before the game. He walks down there with the dog, to see the players. The players like to come up and see the dog. And he was sitting on the Broncos bench with a bunch of the Broncos players, playing with the dog. Well, Bo Nix comes over. And Bo Nix is bouncing a ball, he's using it to warm up with, a tennis ball or some kind of ball he had. And Peter was looking at him, Peter's the dog, was looking at him are you going to throw it? Because he was I wonder if he realized that Peter probably thought he was playing catch with him or fetch with him. He's trying to warm up before a game, and the dog's looking at him dude, you gonna throw it or what? No, let's go, Bo. Let's go.
He should have thrown that ball like he just threw this interception.
Dogs just don't understand. It's a big game.
He just wants to play. Dog just wants to play. Yeah.
Well, the dog probably could have beat the Raiders some of these weeks this season. To be honest with you,
they're looking like dog poo.
But anyway, you get AFC West matchup now. Another really good one, I think, is Sunday night. The Steelers and Chargers. Oh, no. Why are you shaking your head? I flipped it back on the college game for a minute.
A bomb that Gino hasn't made too many good throws this season, and this should have been one of them. It was not.
But Steelers and Chargers really interest me because they kind of get a test on how good the Chargers are. And at this point, it's like, again, like we're going for the Raiders here, we going for Steelers. You know, the Steelers play the Chargers. They bring like 20,000. There'll be like 20,000 Steelers fans there. The L.A. market has just not really embraced the Chargers.
Are you shocked by that?
No, not charged at all.
Everyone knew that.
Not shocked at all. And SoFi, is owned by Kroenke, who owns the Rams. It's a little bit like renting little space out over your mom's garage. Like that's kind of what the Chargers are doing to SoFi Stadium. They just really haven't.
That's correct.
Grabbed on. And most of the LA fans, once the Rams, moved to St. Louis at that time, and once the Chargers were still in San Diego, like they had nobody to root for. The Raiders moved back there for a bit and left. But all those fans gravitated towards another team. Like all over Los Angeles, there's, like a Chiefs bar and stuff. They have a Packers bar. Like fans just found another team to root for. And I think the Rams having success and winning a Super Bowl, really started to bring fans. There's probably more Rams fans there than Chargers. There's always been like this little rivalry, even between San Diego and LA, especially in baseball when it comes to it. But I don't feel they've really gravitated towards Chargers because they've been accused of using that fake noise. And we know they've had fake fans before and stuff like that. But again, I don't think people really embrace what the Chargers are. So it'll be like a road game for the Chargers in their home stadium against the Steelers.
Well, it's almost, the majority of the fan base, like you said, was either Raiders fans at one point, right? Los Angeles Raiders. So they already have that fan base. When the Rams moved in and had success, they pretty much gathered the rest of what fan base was available. And I think a lot of Californians were a little bit upset at the whole San Diego situation, with the Chargers and the way they handled that. So it's not like they really tempted the rest of those Californians into become fans of theirs.
I hate that they move. I hate to have two teams playing the same stadium. I hate the way New York does that. They're big enough places to have, separate areas.
Yep.
And the only team that truly plays in New York is Buffalo.
Buffalo. That's correct.
But yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But anyway, go Steelers in this game. We'll find a lot about the Chargers. I'm curious, without Alt, obviously Slater's been gone for the year, but now Alt's going to be gone for the year. They've struggled to protect Herbert. But I am curious, how serious you want to take the Chargers. I'll tell you this much, though. If the Chargers go out and take their fourth loss, it becomes wide open, man. It becomes really, really wide open. And as far as the playoff picture for the Chiefs, will they make it in? Yeah, I told you the last 5 games are very, very promising for the Chiefs. They'll make it in. If you looked at the playoff picture, like for the NFC,
I have.
Do you think the whole NFC North? It's never happened before where the whole division made the playoffs. Because
very possible at this point.
Yeah, because the Vikings are kind of bringing up the rear there at 4-4. I don't know how serious to take them. I'll be honest with you. I think one of the most Jekyll and Hyde teams in the NFL is the Green Bay Packers. The team people love to look.
Yes.
They bring in Parsons, right? It's like, that's what they need. That's the missing piece. And then they look great. They hammered the Lions there in that first game. They look great. But they've lost to the Browns. They've lost to the Panthers.
They've lost some ugly ones, man.
And they've tied the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So literally you don't know which team you're going to get when the Packers play. And it's one of those situations that, could North send all 4 teams? Maybe. Who would have thought the Lions would be 5-3? I think more teams and more NFL media is looking more at the Chiefs-Bills game than saying anything about the Lions getting beat or saying anything about some of the teams that lost that shouldn't have lost. And like the Packers. Like the Packers deserve theirs, man. They deserve to be criticized like hell this week. And people are just kind of forgetting about the fact the Lions got beat by Minnesota. Like they're kind of just.
That defense is suspect, man. That Lions defense is suspect.
And it was home.
Yeah.
You just got the real suspect defense. And again, I hope they find a way to sneak into the playoffs? Pittsburgh. Because their defense is 30th in the NFL. They're 30th in the NFL.
And
they're 32nd against the pass.
The
they're
highest
worst
paid
team.
defense in the NFL. The most expensive defense in the NFL.
But they're
That
the
should not be a
worst
thing.
team against the pass in the NFL.
It's not good, man.
Like, I'd like to see them get to the playoffs, man. Bring it on.
I know, and I feel like we need them to win that division just because we have the tiebreaker over the.
You got
the
over the
Ravens.
Ravens, which is big for the Chiefs.
Right.
And again, I think you'd rather face the Steelers and the Ravens in the postseason, even though Lamar didn't have a great track record.
And we're in their
still,
head a
though,
bit.
that roster construction, I think they're better in Baltimore.
I agree.
I believe in Baltimore coming in this year. But I put my top 5 out, Julio, and I keep having them there, and it's been met with resistance all the time. I can't stand them, but I'll give them their credit because all they do is win. They bicker a lot, man. They bicker a ton. The Eagles, that's still my number one. They're the champions. And you know what? They've looked like crap at times. But you know what? They got hammered. They were 2-2. They were 2-2 last year when they were hammered 31-16 to the Buccaneers. But then they found a way to turn on a win. And I've loved what they did at the trade deadline. I love what Howie Roseman's doing that team. They stay at number one, man.
I'm really jealous as a Chiefs fan at the moves and just the transactions. He's so transactional. I would love that for the Chiefs, man.
Yeah, Howie does it, man. Howie's a riverboat gambler, man. He'll do it. I'll give him credit. He does it. He does a great job in the draft, too. That's one thing they really do.
He is excellent at the supplemental picks, at getting those supplemental picks from trading players or from free agency signing. Like, he's a master,
It's
man.
amazing, and I think they get lucky sometimes, too, when Jalen Carter, who had the character concerns early on, he was looked upon as the best player in the draft going 1-1. But he slips all the way to 9 where the Eagles picked. I mean, they was just he's the new Chris Jones in the league. When Chris Jones kind of went past Aaron Donald, so to speak, as Aaron Donald's, winding down or retiring, it became Chris Jones. Well, it's Jalen Carter now. And they got him just sitting there when everybody else passed on him. And I knew watching the draft tonight that people are going to kick themselves for that. Number 2, I went ahead and put the Bills with that win over the Chiefs. That was impressive. The Broncos, believe it or not, I have them because they're winning games.
I know.
The Buccaneers and the Seahawks. That rounds it out. The Colts, I'm not believing in yet. I will, if they can do something against the Chiefs. If they come in the Arrowhead, that totally changes my view in the Colts. I'm from the show me state, so are you, so you got to show me first.
I'm with you. I don't like the top 5,
cheap.
but I'll go with it.
Talk is cheap. Anyway, we come back. I'll look at some of the football this weekend in the NFL. There's actually some intriguing games, the games you'll be seeing. Well, unless you have YouTube. Well, I guess some of them you can still see. So, you know what? I've been without, too. Spectrum had a fight with ESPN a couple years ago. We were out like 2 weeks or something. I know they made it a big deal because YouTube's out a week. We've been here before, man. Spectrum's the second largest cable company in the United States. They were out at 2 or 3 weeks. You know what? Suck it up, Buttercup. Go to a bar and drink some beer and eat some nachos and watch your damn game. Let's go. Anyway, let you know what you're going to be missing next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
Smokehouse Barbecue has always been our choice when it comes to barbecue in Kansas City. We love everything about Smokehouse Barbecue. And now Smokehouse has street tacos, their newest menu item. 3 flour tortillas, chopped burnt ends and smoked sausage, plus corn elote and Cajun sour cream and a side. And now, every Tuesday, kids eat for $1.99 with the purchase of an adult entree. So visit Smokehouse Barbecue in Gladstone, Zona Rosa, or Independence, and at smokehousebbq.com. It's Smokehouse Barbecue.
You've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine. You could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt. But you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Not with TrueHold. With TrueHold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. But listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. That's TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. Cash out your entire home's value and stay put. TrueHold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. Imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt. And you can stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. Get your all-cash offer now. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Hi, I'm Dylan, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a customer service specialist, I love helping couples find their dream engagement ring. And guess what? I just got engaged, so it was fun to create one myself. First, my fiance tried on a bunch of ring styles and she was drawn to a classic diamond pave setting. Then we looked at different diamond shapes from pear to oval to cushion. She fell in love with the princess cut. At Shane Company, you can create a one-of-a-kind ring and get it in days, not weeks. Because a friend wants you to have a magical holiday proposal. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Whether you're digging a pond, clearing brush, grading land, or doing demo, Foley Equipment, your local Caterpillar dealer, is your one-stop shop. Buy or rent, Foley has the machines to get it done. Lease the Cat 300.9 mini excavator for just $3.99 a month and take advantage of other limited-time demo and purchase incentives. Terms and conditions apply. Visit your Foley Equipment location or go to FoleyEQ.com. That's FoleyEQ.com.
Men, if the long lines to the bathroom have been holding you back from attending sporting events and you're waking up in the middle of the night dealing with frequent urination, it could be an enlarged prostate. Jeff Montgomery here to talk about the minimally invasive procedure I had that made a big difference. I went to Dr. Brown at Miva Medical, the leader in minimally invasive treatments in Kansas City. The procedure was quick and easy, and I'm very happy with the result. Don't put up with being uncomfortable. Contact Miva Medical. That's MIVA-medical.com.
Makita knows that pros never settle. And neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
All right, you guys are doing great things for the community. Not that you don't always do great things for the community, but Hy-Vee is really stepping up this week. What do you guys have going on?
This week, we are providing $3 hot meals to everybody, but on top of that, kids eat free. So adults, $3, kids eat free, 12 and under, and we're going to have a variety of meals Monday through Friday from 4 to 7. So these hot meals are just another way for us to look at our community and say, hey, we're here to help no matter what. Kids eat free. No kid in Kansas City should ever go hungry. That's our biggest push right now with Hy-Vee, and us providing these options is just absolutely incredible. But it's what Hy-Vee does. We step up when we can, and it's exactly what we're doing, why I love working for them.
And you know, people always talk about this time of the year, it's the holidays or the food bank, the food pantry. You're doing it well in advance of the holidays, which I think is a good thing to keep reminding people. People are hungry all year long. It's not in November and December.
Yes, right now, you know, the economy and just on certain times, it's tough right now. And so, again, going into the holidays, you know that we're going to be able to help in any way, shape, or form at Hy-Vee, and exactly what we're doing this week by showing that example.
You guys are the best.
Thank you.
Step into a world where substance meets style. Newton James, Kansas City's newest classic menswear and accessories boutique. They redefine what menswear should be with pieces from designers like Ralph Lauren, Sid Mashburn, Grayson, and more. They'll have you covered from the boardroom to the golf course. At Newton James, they believe someone has to be the best-dressed man in the room. It might as well be you. Located in downtown Overland Park or newtonjames.com. Elevate your wardrobe. Elevate your presence. Only at Newton James.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
You know what, Julio? I should buy stock in Sony because as many of these headsets I run, because this arm of this chair is just right there by the headset cord. And someone asked me one time, I was like, why you buy cheap headsets all the time if it's like what you do? It's like, well, there's a reason. I break them all. And I broke the one the other night, and I damn near did it again. I pulled the cord right out. But anyway, like I was saying, your YouTube this weekend, you're going to need to find a bar because ABC's got it, man. BYU and Texas Tech, that game is ridiculous. And then, of course, Missouri and A&M. These are ABC games. In LSU, Alabama, all ABC games, right? So that's where YouTube needs to get solved right there. I think they're banking on NFL fans getting pissed. But Sunday's different story. Patriots-Bucks, I think, is a fun game. And everybody will see that. Giants-Bears on at noon, too, on Fox. The Patriots-Bucks, by the way, on CBS at noon. 3 o'clock, the Rams and Niners. All right, but 7 o'clock Sunday Night Football, you get Pittsburgh and the Chargers. So there's some fun to be had with a bye week. If you can have fun during a bye week, I think you can. Julio, it's always good seeing you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Had a lot of fun with you tonight. We will see you next time. Actually, Max in Spain. Do you know Max in Spain? Max in Spain. So Bob and Dusty tomorrow at 5:58. See you guys later.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by